The business wisdom of Solomon. Let me ask you something. Are you struggling to find your way in the world of business? Do you often feel lost, wondering what steps to take next, or how to make the right decisions? What if I told you that over 3,000 years ago, one of the wisest men who ever lived, the legendary King Solomon, offered powerful, timeless wisdom that can transform the way you approach your business, finances, and life? And what if I told you that this wisdom is not only practical, but also deeply rooted in your faith as a Christian? Today, we're diving into a treasure trove of divine insight found in the book of Proverbs. Proverbs isn't just a collection of moral teachings, it's a blueprint for success, especially in business. Whether you're running a small side hustle, managing a large company, or just starting out on your entrepreneurial journey, the principles Solomon laid out will guide you toward prosperity, integrity, and wisdom. But here's the thing, this isn't just about business. It's about aligning your business with God's will. It's about using your gifts and talents to serve others and bring glory to God. And let's be honest, when God is at the center of your work, there is no limit to what you can achieve. You see, Solomon didn't just talk about business, he lived it. And God gave him wisdom not just for leading a nation, but for every area of life, including how to build wealth, how to treat people, and how to make decisions that honor God. The business wisdom of Solomon isn't outdated or irrelevant. It's more needed now than ever before. So, are you ready to unlock the secrets of biblical business success? Let's take a deep dive into the practical, game-changing lessons that Solomon has for you. You won't just be learning strategies to grow your business. You'll be learning how to grow your faith, build character, and honor God through everything you do. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Foundation of Business Wisdom. You've probably heard it said before. Business is built on a foundation of trust, integrity, and wisdom. But where does that wisdom come from? In the world of business, there are countless strategies, trends, and advice floating around. But one thing remains clear. True success is built on a foundation that's firm, steady, and grounded in truth. And there's no better place to find that foundation than in the Word of God. When King Solomon wrote the book of Proverbs, he wasn't just offering advice, he was laying out a blueprint for life. A blueprint that applies not only to personal relationships, but also to your business endeavors. But the very first thing Solomon says about wisdom is this: "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction." Proverbs 1:7. What does it mean to fear the Lord? It's not about living in fear or anxiety. Rather, it's about recognizing God's supreme authority, respecting His ways, and aligning your decisions with His will. This is the cornerstone of business wisdom. If you want to make decisions that lead to true success, your relationship with God has to come first. That's where everything else flows from. You're not just running a business for profit. You're running it for purpose. Solomon didn't just talk about knowledge. He talked about understanding, an essential component for any business leader. Proverbs 2:6-7 says, "For the Lord gives wisdom, from His mouth come knowledge and understanding." He holds success in store for the upright. He is a shield to those whose walk is blameless. If you want success, it's not just about working hard or learning a few tricks of the trade. It's about understanding the principles that guide a good business: honesty, patience, diligence, and respect for others. These are principles that come from God. The foundation of any business venture, large or small, is character. Proverbs 4:23 tells us, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." Your character shapes the decisions you make, the way you treat employees and clients, and the way you handle both success and failure. Build your business on honesty, integrity, and a desire to serve others, and you'll find that success follows. When your heart is aligned with God's heart, your business becomes more than just a money-making machine. It becomes a way to honor God and serve those around you. Chapter 2: The Value of Planning and Strategy. If there's one thing that stands out in the book of Proverbs, it's the emphasis on planning and strategy. Solomon knew that success doesn't happen by chance. It's not about wishing for things to go your way. It's about being intentional, setting goals, and making wise decisions along the way. Proverbs 15:22 says, "Plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors they succeed." This simple verse speaks volumes. It shows us that success doesn't come from flying solo. Solomon understood that no one has all the answers, and no one can succeed alone. Good business leaders surround themselves with wise, trusted individuals who offer different perspectives and help them make better decisions. Whether it's seeking advice from mentors, building a strong team, or listening to the feedback of your customers, the value of wise counsel cannot be overstated. But planning is more than just asking for advice. It's about putting thought into every step of the journey. Proverbs 24:3-4 says, "By wisdom a house is built, and through understanding it is established. Through knowledge its rooms are filled with rare and beautiful treasures." This speaks to the importance of strategic planning. Building a business is like building a house. You don't just throw things together. You need a solid blueprint, an understanding of what materials you need, and a clear vision of how it will all come together. The Bible also warns us about the cost of neglecting proper planning. In Luke 14:28, Jesus tells a parable about counting the cost before starting a project. He says, "Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it?" In business, if you don't plan properly, you may find yourself running out of resources, time, or energy before you reach your goal. Proverbs reminds us to take time to carefully consider every decision, assess the risks, and prepare for any challenges that might arise. Successful businesses don't just happen. They are intentionally built through wise planning, preparation, and prayer. The next time you sit down to plan for the future, remember that your success isn't just about having a great idea. It's about having a clear strategy, seeking wise counsel, and being willing to do the hard work of laying a solid foundation for your business. But here's the catch. Your plans need to be flexible. You might have a great strategy in place, but things will change. The market shifts. Unexpected challenges arise. That's why it's critical to keep trusting God. Proverbs 16:9 says, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." You can make all the plans you want, but ultimately, it's God who will direct your steps. When you keep God at the center of your plans, you can trust that He will guide you, even when things don't go according to your original blueprint. Planning and strategy are vital, but so is surrendering your plans to God. When you trust Him with your business, your decisions, and your future, He will lead you in ways you never imagined. Chapter 3: The Power of Relationships and Networking. One of the most powerful aspects of business is relationships. You can have the best product, the most innovative idea, and a solid strategy, but without strong relationships, success will be hard to achieve. In the business world, who you know is just as important as what you know. And when it comes to relationships, the book of Proverbs offers timeless wisdom that is just as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. Let's start with this powerful principle found in Proverbs 13:20. "Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm." Solomon understood that the people you surround yourself with will have a significant impact on your life and your business. The business world is filled with people from all walks of life, and not all of them will have your best interests at heart. It's essential to seek out those who are wise, ethical, and trustworthy. People who can challenge you, help you grow, and provide sound counsel when needed. The idea of surrounding yourself with wise people doesn't just apply to business partners, it applies to everyone you interact with. Your network, your customers, your employees, your suppliers can either build you up or tear you down. Proverbs 27:17 tells us, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." This means that when you invest in strong, mutually beneficial relationships, both parties grow. Good relationships push you to be better, to think differently, and to strive for excellence. And the more you surround yourself with wise, hardworking, and honest people, the more you'll see those qualities reflected in your own life and business. But relationships aren't just about what you can get from others. They are about what you can give. In Proverbs 3:3-4, we're reminded, "Let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck, write them on the tablet of your heart. Then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and man." Relationships are about integrity, trust, and faithfulness. People are more likely to do business with you, support you, and recommend you if they see that you are a person of your word, who treats others with respect and kindness. One of the most powerful ways to build your business through relationships is by networking, building connections that are mutually beneficial and founded on trust. It's about offering value to others, and in return, receiving the support and opportunities you need to grow. But remember, networking isn't just about making contacts. It's about forming genuine relationships that are rooted in love, faithfulness, and respect. In business, relationships should be seen as partnerships, not transactions. Proverbs 3:5-6 teaches us to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Trusting God in your relationships means leaning on His wisdom to guide your interactions. By doing so, you build a network that isn't just profitable, it's godly, sustainable, and trustworthy. Chapter 4: Integrity and Ethics in Business. If you ask any successful business person about their secret to success, one of the first things they will tell you is this: integrity is everything. Integrity is the bedrock upon which your business should be built. It's the standard you hold yourself to, regardless of what the world tells you or what pressure you face. In the business world, your integrity is your reputation, and it can either open doors or close them. The book of Proverbs is filled with verses that emphasize the importance of integrity. In fact, one of the most powerful verses on the subject is found in Proverbs 11:1. The Lord detests dishonest scales, but accurate weights find favor with Him. This simple verse reveals a key principle. God cares about fairness and honesty in everything we do, especially in business. In Solomon's day, scales were used to measure goods, and dishonest merchants would use faulty scales to cheat people. God despises this kind of dishonesty, and so should we. As business owners, entrepreneurs, and leaders, we are called to be people of integrity. People who deal honestly with others, who keep our promises, and who act with fairness. Proverbs 16:8 reminds us, "Better a little with righteousness than much gain with injustice." This verse challenges the common mindset that the ends justify the means. Solomon makes it clear that it's better to have less money and more peace of mind than to gain riches through dishonesty and unethical practices. If you compromise your integrity to make more money or cut corners to grow faster, you may experience temporary success, but the long-term consequences, damaged relationships, legal problems, and a tarnished reputation, will catch up to you. Integrity doesn't just preserve your character, it protects your business. In business, you may face situations where doing the right thing is hard, or where others might encourage you to bend the rules. But here's what Solomon teaches. Proverbs 12:22 says, "The Lord detests lying lips, but He delights in people who are trustworthy." When you hold fast to truth and honesty, even when it's difficult, God delights in your faithfulness. The truth always has a way of prevailing, and in the end, honesty will always lead to greater blessings than deceit. And remember, integrity isn't just about not lying or cheating. It's about doing what's right, even when no one is watching. It's about being consistent in your values, showing kindness and fairness to everyone, and following through on your commitments. Proverbs 25:14 says, "Like clouds and wind without rain is one who boasts of gifts never given." In other words, don't make promises you can't keep. Your word should be your bond, and your reputation should be one of trustworthiness and reliability. But what happens when we fail in the area of integrity? The consequences are severe, both in business and in life. Proverbs 13:11 warns, "Dishonest money dwindles away, but whoever gathers money little by little makes it grow." Quick, dishonest gains may seem attractive, but they don't last. They disappear as quickly as they come. In contrast, honest work and slow, steady growth build a lasting legacy. So, as you move forward in your business journey, let integrity be your guiding principle. Seek to honor God in every deal you make, every transaction you conduct, and every decision you face. When you build your business on the foundation of honesty, fairness, and ethics, you will not only earn the trust of your clients and colleagues, but you will also build a business that honors God and stands the test of time. Chapter 5. The role of hard work and diligence. In the business world, we often hear that success is the result of hard work, persistence, and dedication. It's a value that's deeply embedded in the fabric of every thriving business. But what does the Bible say about hard work? How does Solomon's wisdom guide us in the way we should approach diligence and effort in our careers? In Proverbs, Solomon leaves no room for ambiguity. Hard work is essential. Proverbs 12:24 says, "The hand of the diligent will rule, while the lazy will be put to forced labor." This powerful statement highlights a key principle. Hard work pays off. The diligent person is the one who succeeds, rises to leadership, and earns the respect of others. On the flip side, laziness leads to struggle and mediocrity. In business, there is no substitute for hard work. You can't rely on shortcuts or hoping things will just fall into place. Success is built on a foundation of effort, perseverance, and consistency. Proverbs 14:23 takes it a step further, saying, "All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty." This is a reminder that talk is cheap. Action is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Business ideas, vision, and strategy are essential, but without hard work to back them up, they remain just that, ideas. No matter how inspired your vision may be, it's the effort you put into executing it that determines whether or not you will succeed. Solomon also warns about the dangers of procrastination and laziness. In Proverbs 6:6-11, we read about the wisdom of the ant. "Go to the ant, you sluggard, consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler, yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest." The ant works tirelessly, without the need for constant oversight, planning ahead and ensuring that it will have enough when times get tough. As a business owner, you should be the same. Be proactive, stay ahead of the curve, and prepare for the future. Don't wait until things become a crisis before you take action. Instead, adopt a mindset of diligence and work with purpose. When you do, your business will flourish. But hard work isn't just about putting in the hours, it's about working wisely. Proverbs 13:4 says, "A sluggard's appetite is never filled, but the desires of the diligent are fully satisfied." The diligent person doesn't just work for the sake of working. They work with intention, focusing their energy on tasks that move the needle and add value. It's about being strategic with your time and efforts, and using them to build something that lasts. Of course, hard work and diligence must be accompanied by a healthy understanding of rest and balance. Proverbs 23:4 warns, "Do not wear yourself out to get rich. Do not trust your own cleverness. While hard work is important, it's equally important to acknowledge that your ultimate success comes from God, not from exhausting yourself to the point of burnout. Work hard, but do so with wisdom, ensuring that you are still prioritizing your health, your family, and your spiritual life. In summary, hard work and diligence are non-negotiable if you want to succeed in business. But don't mistake busy work for effective work. Focus on what matters, put in the effort, and let your consistency and dedication lead to the reward. And remember, work in partnership with God, who is the one who ultimately blesses your efforts. Chapter 6: Money Management and Wealth Building. Money is a tool that can either be used wisely to build something that glorifies God, or misused, leading to destruction. In business, money is necessary, but the way you manage it can make all the difference in your success or failure. Solomon's Proverbs provide a wealth of insight when it comes to managing finances, building wealth, and using money in a way that honors God. One of the most direct teachings about money management is found in Proverbs 3:9-10, which says, "Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine." The principle is simple. When you honor God with your wealth, He promises to bless you in return. This doesn't mean that wealth is a guaranteed result of giving, but rather that when you approach money with the right heart, God will bless your efforts and provide for your needs. But managing money isn't just about giving. It's also about being a wise steward of the resources you've been given. Proverbs 21:5 says, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty." The diligent person takes the time to plan, budget, and manage their money carefully. They don't rush to make decisions or live beyond their means. Instead, they make wise choices that lead to sustainable growth. In the business world, wealth building requires patience and discipline. Proverbs 13:11 tells us, "Dishonest money dwindles away, but whoever gathers money little by little makes it grow." This is a reminder that wealth building is a long-term process. It's easy to fall into the trap of chasing quick profits or short-term gains, but these often come with high risks and consequences. True wealth is built slowly, over time, through steady, deliberate actions. The key is to be consistent, whether it's saving, investing, or reinvesting profits into your business for growth. Another key principle Solomon shares is the importance of contentment. Proverbs 15:16 says, "Better a little with the fear of the Lord than great wealth with turmoil." This speaks to the importance of contentment and peace of mind. Many people chase after wealth, thinking that money will bring them happiness. But Solomon warns that wealth without peace, without a proper relationship with God, leads to trouble and dissatisfaction. True wealth isn't just about the amount in your bank account. It's about the peace and contentment that comes from trusting God for your provision. And let's not forget the dangers of greed. Proverbs 23:4-5 warns, "Do not wear yourself out to get rich. Do not trust your own cleverness. Cast but a glance at riches, and they are gone, for they will surely sprout wings and fly off to the sky like an eagle." Wealth can be fleeting. If your focus is solely on accumulating riches, you may find that money quickly slips through your fingers. It's important to keep a balanced perspective. Yes, work hard and manage your money wisely, but also trust in God's provision, recognizing that true wealth is found in Him, not in material possessions. One final piece of wisdom from Solomon, Proverbs 11:25 says, "A generous person will prosper, whoever refreshes others will be refreshed." The way you handle your wealth reflects your heart. Generosity, not greed, is the path to true prosperity. As a Christian entrepreneur, your wealth is not just for you, it's for others. When you live with a mindset of generosity, you will not only be a blessing to others, but you will also find that God blesses you in ways you never expected. Chapter 7. Wisdom in decision making. Every business leader, entrepreneur, and professional faces decisions daily. Some are small, others are monumental. But the ability to make wise, sound decisions is one of the most critical skills you can develop in the world of business. The good news is that Solomon's Proverbs provide us with incredible guidance for making decisions that honor God and lead to success. The first principle is simple but powerful. Trust in God's wisdom. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." As a Christian business owner, this is a foundational truth. No matter how many books you read or experts you consult, the best way to make decisions is to lean on God. Your understanding may be limited, but His wisdom is infinite. When you submit your decisions to Him and trust His guidance, He will lead you on the right path. Now, this doesn't mean you shouldn't seek advice or do your research. Proverbs 15:22 says, "Plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed." This is a reminder that wise decisions come from a blend of prayer, thoughtful analysis, and seeking counsel from people who have experience and wisdom. In the business world, don't make the mistake of thinking you can do it all alone. Surround yourself with trusted mentors, advisors, and colleagues who can help you make the best choices. These people will offer perspectives that you may not have considered, guiding you toward better solutions and more effective strategies. But wisdom in decision-making also requires discernment, being able to see beyond the immediate situation and understand the long-term implications. Proverbs 14:15 says, "The simple believe anything, but the prudent give thought to their steps." Wise decision-makers take the time to weigh the pros and cons, think critically, and understand the full scope of what their choices might mean in the future. Whether you're launching a new product, hiring a new team member, or entering a partnership, always think long-term. Will this decision set you up for lasting success? Will it align with your values and purpose? Will it honor God? These are the kinds of questions that wise entrepreneurs ask before making a move. Another important element of wise decision-making is humility. Proverbs 12:15 reminds us, "The way of fools seems right to them, but the wise listen to advice." If you've ever made a rash decision only to regret it later, you know the importance of humility. Humility means recognizing that you don't have all the answers and that you can learn from others. As a business leader, this attitude will help you stay open to new ideas and solutions. It will also help you grow as a person and as an entrepreneur. Finally, don't forget that God's guidance often comes in the form of peace. Proverbs 16:3 encourages us, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans." When you commit your decisions to God in prayer and truly seek His will, you will often experience a sense of peace in your heart, even in the midst of uncertainty. This peace is one of the clearest signs that you're on the right track. If your decision doesn't bring peace or creates confusion, it might be time to pause and seek God's direction again. In summary, wise decision-making in business starts with trusting God, seeking counsel, considering the long-term impact of your choices, and remaining humble. By doing this, you will make decisions that align with God's will, bring success, and ultimately honor Him in all that you do. Chapter 8. Handling success and failure. Success and failure are two sides of the same coin in the business world. Every entrepreneur will experience both, sometimes in quick succession. The way you handle success and failure will define your character and shape your business in ways you may not even realize. Solomon's Proverbs offer profound wisdom on how to approach both, with a clear focus on keeping your heart aligned with God's will. Let's start with success. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of achievement. But Solomon warns us in Proverbs 27:2, "Let someone else praise you, and not your own mouth, an outsider, and not your own lips." In other words, success should never lead to arrogance or self-promotion. Yes, celebrate achievements and be proud of your hard work, but always remain humble. It's easy to think that your success is the result of your own efforts alone, but remember that it is God who gives you the strength and wisdom to succeed. Proverbs 16:18 reminds us, "Pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall." If you allow success to inflate your ego, it can lead to downfall. Success should be celebrated with humility, recognizing that all glory belongs to God. Another key principle Solomon shares is the importance of maintaining integrity, even in times of success. Proverbs 28:6 says, "Better the poor whose walk is blameless than the rich whose ways are perverse." This verse reminds us that wealth and success should never come at the cost of integrity. In business, it's tempting to cut corners or compromise your values for a larger profit. But true success is found in maintaining your character and being faithful to God's principles. Wealth without integrity is hollow, and it won't bring lasting happiness or fulfillment. Success should always be a reflection of your faith and your commitment to doing business in a way that honors God. Now, let's talk about failure. If you've been in business long enough, you've likely experienced failure in one form or another. Whether it's a failed product launch, a lost partnership, or a business decision that didn't pan out, failure can feel crushing. But Solomon offers incredible encouragement for those who face setbacks. Proverbs 24:16 says, "For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again, but the wicked stumble when calamity strikes." The key takeaway here is this: failure is not final, it's part of the process, and it doesn't define who you are. What matters is how you respond to failure. The righteous rise again, they don't give up. Solomon also emphasizes the importance of resilience and persistence. Proverbs 24:10 tells us, "If you falter in a time of trouble, how small is your strength?" In business, you will face obstacles, challenges, and setbacks. It's how you respond to those challenges that will determine your future success. Don't let failure keep you down. Instead, learn from it, grow from it, and use it as a stepping stone to greater things. Another important lesson Solomon shares is the importance of perseverance. Proverbs 13:4 says, "A sluggard's appetite is never filled, but the desires of the diligent are fully satisfied." Perseverance is key to overcoming failure. When things don't go as planned, it's easy to get discouraged. But perseverance in the face of adversity is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. Keep going, even when things seem impossible, and trust that God will use your persistence to bring about good. Finally, remember that failure doesn't define you, it refines you. Proverbs 16:9 says, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." When things don't go according to plan, trust that God has a bigger picture in mind. Failure is not the end. It's a part of the journey that God uses to shape and refine you. Keep your faith strong. Learn from the lessons failure brings, and keep moving forward. In summary, handling both success and failure with wisdom is all about humility, integrity, and resilience. Success should be celebrated with a humble heart, while failure should be viewed as an opportunity to grow and learn. Whether you succeed or fail, trust that God is using each moment to mold you into the leader He's called you to be. Chapter 9: Generosity and Stewardship. As a business owner and a Christian, one of the most significant lessons you can learn from the book of Proverbs is the importance of generosity and stewardship. The way you handle money and resources isn't just about growing your wealth. It's about honoring God and helping others. Solomon's wisdom calls us to a higher standard of giving, where generosity becomes not just a duty, but a way of life. Proverbs 11:25 makes it clear. A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. This powerful statement flips the worldly notion of wealth accumulation on its head. The world tells us that wealth is about hoarding resources, accumulating more, and keeping it for ourselves. But Solomon says that true prosperity comes through generosity. When you bless others, God blesses you in return. It's the principle of sowing and reaping. When you sow into the lives of others, God sees your heart and rewards you with even more. But generosity isn't just about giving money. It's about giving your time, your talent, and your resources to help those in need. Proverbs 19:17 tells us, "Whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will reward them for what they have done." When you choose to give to others, whether it's through financial donations, volunteering, or offering your skills, you are not just helping them, you are lending to the Lord. And when you lend to God, He will never leave you empty-handed. Your generosity is an investment that pays eternal dividends, both in the lives of others and in your own life. Now, generosity isn't just about giving out of abundance, it's also about giving sacrificially. Jesus spoke about this in Luke 21:1-4, when he observed a poor widow giving 2 small coins, which was all she had. Jesus said, "Truly I tell you, this poor widow has put in more than all the others." Sometimes the most significant acts of generosity come from those who have little to give. It's not the amount that matters, it's the heart behind the giving. God is looking at your heart. Are you willing to give even when it's hard? Are you willing to bless others even when it costs you something? Generosity is also about being a good steward of the resources God has entrusted to you. Proverbs 21:5 says, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit, as surely as haste leads to poverty." This means that managing your finances wisely, budgeting carefully, and saving for the future are all part of being a good steward. You're not just managing your business for your own benefit, you're managing it for God's kingdom. When you handle your wealth wisely and faithfully, God will bless your efforts, enabling you to give even more to others. The key to Christian stewardship is understanding that everything you have belongs to God. Proverbs 3:9-10 encourages us to honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine. When you honor God with your first and best, you acknowledge that He is the source of everything you have. This is an act of trust. You're saying, "God, I recognize that everything I have is from you. I will give back to you because I trust that you will provide for all of my needs." Generosity then becomes a reflection of your heart for God and His kingdom. When you give to others, you're not just helping people in need, you're building God's kingdom and spreading His love. As you continue to grow your business, ask yourself, how can you use your wealth to bless others? How can you be a better steward of what God has given you? When you live generously, you'll find that God blesses you in ways you never imagined. Chapter 10: The Christian Entrepreneur's Mindset. As a Christian entrepreneur, your business is more than just a source of income. It's a platform for ministry. It's an opportunity to reflect Christ's character, share His love, and build relationships that honor God. Solomon's Proverbs offer wisdom that not only leads to financial success, but also helps you cultivate the right mindset and perspective as you run your business. The first and most important mindset is one of service. Jesus Himself modeled a servant leader attitude when He said in Matthew 20:28, "The Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give His life as a ransom for many." As an entrepreneur, your business should not be built around serving yourself. It should be built around serving others. Whether it's through providing value to your customers, offering fair wages to your employees, or supporting your community, your business should reflect the servant heart of Christ. Proverbs 22:16 says, "Whoever oppresses the poor to increase his wealth, and whoever gives to the rich, both come to poverty. A business model built on selfishness and greed will ultimately fail, but a business built on service and generosity will thrive. Next, as a Christian entrepreneur, it's essential to maintain a mindset of integrity. Proverbs 4:25-27 encourages us to let your eyes look straight ahead, fix your gaze directly before you. Give careful thought to the paths for your feet, and be steadfast in all your ways. Integrity means doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. It's about being honest in your dealings, keeping your word, and making decisions that honor God. Whether you're negotiating a deal or serving a customer, your integrity should be unwavering. As a Christian, your actions should speak louder than words, showing the world what it means to be a disciple of Christ in the marketplace. Another crucial mindset is one of humility. Proverbs 27:2 says, "Let someone else praise you, and not your own mouth, an outsider, and not your own lips." As a business leader, it's easy to fall into the trap of self-promotion, seeking accolades and recognition. But Solomon warns against pride and self-glorification. Instead, embrace humility. Recognize that any success you achieve is not by your strength alone, but by God's grace. Humility opens doors, fosters trust, and creates an environment where others want to support and collaborate with you. A humble heart will lead to true, lasting influence. Moreover, a Christian entrepreneur must also embrace the mindset of grit and perseverance. Proverbs 24:16 tells us, "For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again, but the wicked stumble when calamity strikes." The business world is filled with challenges, setbacks, and obstacles, but a Christian entrepreneur rises again. Perseverance is not just a trait, it's a lifestyle. No matter how many times you fail, you keep going, because you trust that God has a purpose for you in your business. He will use every hardship to grow you, shape you, and refine you into the person He created you to be. Finally, one of the most important mindsets is faith. Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans." As a Christian entrepreneur, you must commit your business to God. Trust that He is in control, and seek His will in every decision. Your business should be a reflection of your faith. When challenges arise, keep your faith strong. Trust that God will provide the resources, the wisdom, and the opportunities you need to succeed. And when success comes, give Him the glory. As you build and grow your business, remember that your mindset matters. Approach your work with a heart of service, integrity, humility, perseverance, and faith. Let your business be an example of what it means to live out your Christian values in the marketplace. God is the ultimate source of your success, and your business is an opportunity to glorify Him in all that you do. Conclusion. The wisdom of Solomon is timeless and powerful, offering invaluable principles that apply to every area of life, including business. From building a strong foundation of trust and integrity to navigating the challenges of success and failure, Solomon's Proverbs provide a roadmap for Christian entrepreneurs who seek to honor God with their businesses. As we've learned, success in business is not about pursuing profit at any cost, but about seeking God's guidance, serving others, working with integrity, and being generous stewards of the resources He has given us. Your business is not just a means of financial gain. It's a platform for ministry, a tool to impact lives, and an opportunity to bring glory to God. As you move forward, let these principles guide you. Commit your work to the Lord, seek wisdom in every decision, and trust that He will establish your plans. Whether you experience success or failure, keep your eyes fixed on God, knowing that He is faithful to lead you every step of the way. May your business be a testament to the power of God's wisdom, and may you always honor Him in all that you do.